and major both, as Quran says, and Allah loves those who keep themselves clean and pure. One should be in a state of purity achieved through one of the following means: wudhu, ablution, ghusl, bath, or tayammum, dry ablution. This state of purity remains pure unless broken by one of the following factors: excretion, urination, breaking wind, sleeping in the lying position, ejaculation of semen, or sexual intercourse. The first 5 of these necessitate only wudhu, while the last 2 necessitate a ghusl, and wudhu cannot take its place. Tayammum takes the place of either wudhu or ghusl if water is absent, and must be renewed for each compulsory prayer performed at its proper time. The proof for this is Allah's saying, O believers, when you stand to pray, wash your faces and your hands up to the elbows, wipe your heads with water, and page 6. Purification of clothes, all the garments including even the cap, socks, gloves, etc. that one wearing or having one's body must be clean and pure beyond any shadow of a doubt. Any impurity, either minor or major, which falls on clothes should be washed away thrice and squeezed well simultaneously, as the Quran says, and purify your garments. Purification of place, the area on which one intends to perform prayer and where one's knees, hands and forehead would rest in, must be free from impurities, whether it is a piece of plain ground or stinking filth and dirt around it, floor, or a mat, etc. But one should also avoid standing for the prayer at a place which is the satar of both the male and female must be properly covered prior to performing prayer. The boundaries of the satar for a man are from his navel to his knees, including both of them. Prayer in dresses, which hug and expose the shape of the private parts, is also not acceptable, unless the loose shirt covering the area is worn. Hazrat Abdullah bin Buraidah, R.A., reported his father saying, "The Prophet forbade us from praying in pants without wearing a coat over it. For woman, the satar includes all of her body except for her face, hands up to the wrists and tops of her feet." Hazrat Aisha R.A. also quoted the Prophet as saying, "Allah does not accept the prayer of a woman who has reached puberty, unless she wears a khimar, headscarf covering the hair, ears, neck and bosom, facing the Qibla when prayer is to be performed." Under normal conditions, one should determine the general direction of the Kaaba and face it. If a person performs his prayer and his face turned towards a direction other than that of the Qibla, unless there is a genuine reason for that, his prayer will not be supposed to have been performed. Allah states in Quran about the facing towards Qibla, "So turn your face to the direction of Al-Masjid al-Haram 2:144." Consequently, once a reasonable determination has been made and the direction of the Qibla has been set in a masjid, there is no need to constantly change the angle of prayer each time a more accurate compass is introduced. Entrance of proper time. Each prayer has to be performed within the limit prescribed for it, as Allah says in the Quran, "Verily, the prayer is enjoined on the believers at fixed hours." 4:103. While a prayer is performed before its time, it will be no prayer at all, and if it is offered, page 7 of 38.